What's good, YouTube? If you need these clothes, man, DM me. First link in the description. Hit me up on Instagram. Come money ready, man. PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay, whatever, man. Come ready. First link in the description if you need clothes. Be having hella sizes in, man. Y'all see what we got going. Y'all see what's going on, man. Hella sizes. Hit me. I ship out too. Ship anywhere, man. First link in the description if you need it right now. DM to go buy it before they all gone. Damn, man, they said Lil Durk done been linked to another murder for hire case. Damn. Like the video, subscribe, man. We're finna get straight into this video, man. Let's do it.
Can we talk about this just so that like our title isn't completely ridiculously inaccurate?
Yeah.
You can show the screen. The newly unsealed filing in U.S. District Court in Chicago alleges that Lil Durk was behind the January 27th, 2022 killing of Stephen Mack, 24, who was shot to death shortly after he exited the Youth Peace Center of Roseland on West 111th Street. At the time of his death, according to the FBI, Mack was the leader of the Smashville faction of the gangster Disciples. So, for the record, this is not charges that have formally been put on Durk, but these are things that were, I guess, mentioned in paperwork that was filed by the feds to explain why they don't want Durk to get bonded out. Basically saying, we have reason to believe that there are other murders that he was basically responsible for that they are investigating and might end up actually being put on him, which to I think a lot of people is basically synonymous with Durk being royally fucked.
So they didn't file the charge. They just unsealed the documents saying that he was linked.
Exactly. And a lot of people are assuming that in the future he will be charged
like
with this.
That's just to a setup for the jury, like some extra stuff to sit in there when he's about to go to trial. Like also he was linked to this, but they're not gonna file it. But with his defense team, they won't allow that into trial unless they file that murder case. They won't even allow that to be spoken about.
And you essentially already said it, Brick. But beyond it, whether it's admissible evidence or not, it's more things that lead to the court of public opinion. So, like, if you look back at like famous cases, like with celebrities, like the OJ thing, they went out of their way. It was really difficult for them to find jurors on that didn't like know who he was, and they had to go out. Today, that would be impossible. When you're dealing with a star of Durk's caliber, even, who's way less, you feel me, famous than OJ, you know what I mean? But still,
well, they probably found a bunch of old ladies and shit who don't really know about Durk, right?
But that's not a jury of your peers. You know what I mean? You have to, so both the defense.
It don't matter. It ain't your peers. It's just regular taxpaying citizens, and they call them your peers because it's not like they have to be of your age group or nothing like that. You can have somebody from any age on your jury. Like, it's not direct peers.
Correct, but you don't necessarily have to have somebody.
Talk about correct. Like, he fucks me up with that.
No. But that's not the point, though. Like, the point is that both the prosecution and defense both choose through a process of elimination who the jurors are.
Yeah, they try to level out and pick.
So if it's only old ladies or whatever you were saying,
no, it can't just be old ladies. I mean, but
that's what you were saying, bro.
No, I didn't. What I'm saying is, it's not your peers. You said that you have to pick your peers. It has nothing to do with it. It could be all people over the age of 45 in there. It don't have to just be all old ladies.
You're
it could be all 50-year-olds in there.
You're right.
It doesn't have to be young people in that building in order to make a jury.
Right, but most likely, it has
your juror.
Right.
Your lawyer is gonna try to pick the best juror for your case to relate to you. So
that's the point.
He might not qualify. The judge might see some bias and then kick your pick out because the DA knows what you're doing. So they're already trying to kick that guy out too. Like that same guy you want, they want his ass out of here.
Right.
And they're going to fight for it.
Exactly. So there has to be a middle ground, a consensus formed between the prosecution and the defense and the judge.
It's just luck of the draw.
I mean, to an extent, but like I said, there is.
He tried.
No, I mean.
You're right, Les. How about
You're
that?
right, bro.
You're right.
They try to arrive at something
again,
like your peers, but that could be difficult because they also don't want it to be people who are already intimately familiar with this.
Exactly.
Correct. And, which is increasingly difficult in this era of social media.
Because Durk's peers, well, I mean, it's millionaires who have emerged from the hoods of Chicago that are like extremely gang related. It would be tough to find peers who are like that much of his peers. But then also, it's like you're never going to find a bunch of people from like the slums of Chicago who are his peers that don't also know all about this case before it even takes place.
No, but there are people that might not necessarily have a preconceived negative opinion about him just based on the way he looks or the way he sounds, or, you know, the type of music he makes. There's a lot of people that just look at rap music. They might even look at, like for example, my chiropractor was talking to me like, this Kendrick Lamar guy is super negative. There needs to be more. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah.
The most positive rapper in the world.
No, obviously this is my, you know, and he's like some like Jewish dude in his 60s. But this is his
Drake fan.
No, he has no clue about anything, but this is
fan.
his perception of what the music is. So essentially, people are having these big preconceived notions based on things that we're completely overlooking. Like, I see a dude like Kendrick, and I'm like, oh, like I'll walk to that side of the street with my purse if I'm a girl. Like, you're not going to steal anything. You know what I mean?
That's why it was funny that Andrew Schultz had a joke that was basically like, oh, this is who we're going to listen to about how we should treat women. Rappers. Which sounds like a good joke until you like think about it for 2 seconds and you're like, oh, the rapper that he's referring to is Kendrick Lamar, who in terms of his like public treatment and things that are public at the very least, seems like he has a pretty immaculate track record with women.
Right.
Besides maybe a little adultery thrown in there. But, you know, for the most part, he's like...
AKA being a human being.
You can't really find any fucking Kendrick lyrics that are like anti-woman in the sense that a lot of rappers have songs that are negative towards women. But that was a good joke from Andrew Schultz from the perspective of him telling that joke to an audience who largely doesn't really know that much about Kendrick.
Right, and they don't see a difference between Kendrick and Pooh Shiesty and whoever, you know what I mean, or whoever, whatever rapper they want to vilify.
I feel like with all these media outlets and just Law and Crime and all the news and all that, it's almost impossible not to know about the Durk case. So you're going to get some kids and some white people. He got fans of all colors, and you get what I'm saying, to where it's gonna be biased on that regardless. Just like with the Yak, with Yak Gotti and them, you think it wasn't no YSL fans on that motherfucking trial? They was not, especially when they had the right to say that they was not guilty after they just got drugged through a year and a half of trial. Like, oh yeah, not guilty. I don't give a fuck what fine you talk about.
Well, if I'm the prosecutor on that, I'm literally like looking into you to the point where I know your Spotify account and I'm seeing your playlist, and if you have anything related to Young Thug or adjacent trap music from Atlanta, you are off the jury.
You can't even, you gotta get damn near search warrants to do that.
But you think they'd be doing that though? Even if,
I'm not talking about that.
And that's
you don't want to talk about this?
No. That involved too much police shit to talk about.
Okay.
I said what I said.
What is Holly K?
Ooh, just what it sound like.
Who's Holly?
Yeah, no.
Damn, we finally found something that is too mixy for you to discuss, huh?
It's like that though, so it's like I ain't even finna get at no light.
Yeah, I don't really fully understand this one. I might have to have it explained to me by somebody at some point.
We'll talk off.
I'm not even gonna lie.
FUCK cuz. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it's crazy because, you know,
because for me to say what's going on, it'd be some police shit. You know what I'm saying?
Got
so it's
it.
like, motherfucker can't even dive into that type of shit.
listen to this.
Bro.